All right, everybody, get ready, because today we're going deep into the world of AI marketing.
Really diving deep.
Yeah, we're talking about marktgAI.
Oh, I've heard of him.
They're doing some really interesting stuff, and they were kind enough to give us a bunch of material from their website, some PDF excerpts, all kinds of good stuff for this deep dive.
Yeah, they're really on the cutting edge of this whole AI marketing revolution.
And it really is a revolution.
Yeah. No.
Remember back in the day when we were talking about banner ads,
Yeah.
and then programmatic came along and changed everything?
Right.
That's what this feels like. Like AI is the next big thing that's going to completely change how we think about online marketing.
Absolutely. And one of the biggest changes is how personalized everything's gotten.
So you're saying no more of those spammy ads that have nothing to do with us.
Exactly. AI is helping marketers reach the right people with the right message at the right time.
Okay, so let's blast it to everyone, and more like Minority Report, where the ads know what you want before you do.
Uh-huh. Hopefully not that extreme. But yeah, AI is taking personalization to a whole new level.
And it's not just some futuristic fantasy, right? This is actually happening right now.
Oh, yeah. marktgAI claims their clients are seeing a 35% increase in engagement by using AI for personalized ads.
35%. That's huge. What's the secret sauce? How are they doing it?
Well, it all starts with data.
Of course, data's everything these days.
Right, but it's not just about having a ton of data, it's about knowing what to do with it, and that's where AI comes in.
So AI is like the brain that makes sense of all that data.
Exactly. It's like having a marketing assistant who can analyze mountains of data and figure out exactly what works and what doesn't.
That sounds amazing. But how does it actually work in practice?
So let's say you're a marketer trying to reach a specific audience with your ads.
Okay.
In the past, you might have targeted your ads based on basic demographics like age, gender, location.
Right.
But AI allows you to go way deeper than that.
Deeper? Like how?
AI can analyze all sorts of data points like browsing history, purchase history, social media activity, even things like what time of day someone is most likely to be online.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
It is, and AI can use all of that to build incredibly detailed profiles of individual consumers.
Okay, and then right.
Once you have these detailed profiles, you can start targeting your ads with laser-like precision.
No, so instead of just showing an ad to everyone who lives in a certain zip code,
Yeah.
you can show it to people who are actually interested in what you're selling.
Exactly, and that's why AI is such a game changer for marketing, because it allows you to get your message in front of the people who are most likely to care about it.
Okay, that makes sense, but it also sounds a little creepy. Don't get me wrong, as a consumer, I love the idea of seeing ads that are actually relevant to me, but I also don't want to feel like my every move is being tracked.
I hear you, and that's a valid concern. Data privacy is a huge issue these days. But I think it's important to remember that AI is just a tool.
Yeah.
It's up to us how we use it.
So it's not about AI taking over the world.
Haha. No, not quite. It's about using AI responsibly and ethically to create better experiences for everyone.
That makes sense. But how do we make sure that happens? How do we ensure that AI is used for good and not for evil?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't think there's an easy answer. But I do think it's a conversation that we need to be having as a society, especially as AI becomes more and more integrated into our lives.
Absolutely. We need to be thinking about things like data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the potential impact of AI on the workforce.
Right, because if we're not careful, AI could end up creating more problems than it solves.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is that AI is a powerful tool that has the potential to revolutionize marketing. But we need to be thoughtful about how we use it.
Precisely. AI is not a silver bullet. It's not going to magically solve all of our problems.
Yeah.
But if we use it wisely, it can be a powerful force for good.
I like the sound of that. So how can our listeners learn more about AI marketing and how to use it effectively?
Well, there are a ton of great resources available online. Well, for starters, marktgAI has some really informative articles and case studies on their website.
And we'll be sure to link to those in the show notes.
Perfect. And there are also a lot of great books and podcasts out there that cover this topic in depth.
Okay, so if you're interested in learning more about AI marketing, be sure to check out the resources we've mentioned. But for now, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the specific ways that AI is being used in marketing today.
Sounds good.
50% improvement, you said. Sign me up.
Yes.
But seriously, this is more than just AI tools, right? It sounds like marktgAI is really partnering with businesses, not just handing them software and saying, good luck.
You hit the nail on the head. It's a two-pronged approach that makes them stand out. So on one side, you've got their managed AI marketing services.
Managed meaning?
It's like having a whole team of AI marketing specialists, but without the headache of actually hiring a whole team. They handle everything: the strategy, the execution, the analysis, you name it.
So for companies that know they need to get on board with AI, but maybe don't have the in-house expertise to build it all themselves, that's got to be a relief.
Huge relief, like outsourcing, but with, a superpowered brain on the other end.
Yep.
But here's where it gets really interesting. They also build something called hosted custom enterprise AI models.
Okay, we're going to need a translation on that one. Hosted custom AI models. Sounds awfully complex.
It's simpler than it sounds. Think of it like this. You've got something like ChatGPT, right? Amazing tool, tons of general knowledge. Now imagine that, but instead of general knowledge, it's trained on your company's data, your specific goals, your brand's voice, everything.
So it's like instead of just using AI, you're almost teaching AI to become a part of your company.
Exactly, a custom-built AI marketing team that lives and breathes your brand. And the crazy thing is, it's not just for the big guys. In marktgAI, they've got clients from neuroscience startups all the way to RV dealerships using this.
Neuroscience and RVs?
Ah,
Okay, that proves it's not just some niche thing anymore. This really is becoming the way business is done online.
a fundamental shift for sure. And with any big shift, you've got to ask the tough questions. Like marktgAI talks a lot about data privacy, which has got to be a big deal when you're talking about this level of personalization.
Right, because the smarter the AI gets,
Right.
the higher the stakes if something goes wrong. How are they addressing that?
They're big on transparency. They're really upfront about what data they're using and how they're protecting it. Strong security protocols, the whole 9 yards.
And speaking of transparency, I was actually surprised by how straightforward their pricing is. Usually with cutting-edge stuff like this, they make you hunt for it, but marktgAI's is right there on their site. Do you think that's going to become the norm, or are they ahead of the curve?
It's an interesting question. It's always been kind of a black box with AI pricing, so seeing that level of openness from marktgAI, it could be a sign of things to come.
So we've covered how AI is shaking up the marketing world and how marktgAI is making it happen. For our listeners who are thinking, okay, this is a lot, what's the key takeaway here? What do they really need to walk away with?
This is still just the beginning. AI marketing is evolving so fast, and the possibilities are, frankly, mind-blowing. We're talking AI that can predict trends before they happen, creating these hyper-personalized campaigns that are
That are what? Don't leave me hanging.
practically indistinguishable from something a human would create.
Wait, hold on. Indistinguishable from human interaction. AI is going to get that good.
It might sound crazy, but that's where things are headed. And that's exactly why understanding it all now is so important. The more informed we are as consumers, the better we can navigate all this.
So this isn't just about sounding smart in your next marketing meeting. It's about understanding the forces that are literally shaping the future.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, especially in the age of AI.
Well said. We'll be right back after this quick message. I mean, when you put it like that, it's almost like we're stepping into some sci-fi movie, right? Like we started with these basic banner ads, and now we're talking about AI that can basically read our minds and craft these crazy personalized campaigns.
It's definitely a pinch me moment, But I think that's why this whole conversation's been so important. It's not about freaking out. It's about understanding what we're dealing with. The more we know about how AI marketing works, the better we'll be at, existing alongside it as marketers and as people just going about their lives online.
So it's not just about keeping up with the latest marketing tricks. It's bigger than that. It's about paying attention to how this technology is changing and what it means for all of us, consumers included.
Exactly. And it goes both ways. The more advanced AI marketing gets, the more we've got to step up as consumers, asking the right questions, demanding transparency from companies, and honestly, not being afraid to call out marketing that feels icky or manipulative.
Right, like you said earlier, knowledge is power. And in a world where AI is becoming this huge force, understanding it isn't just a bonus anymore, it's kind of crucial.
Couldn't have said it better. Stay curious, stay informed, and never stop asking those tough questions.
Couldn't agree more. So there you have it, everyone. We've gone from the stone age of banner ads all the way to this wild world of hyper-personalized AI, thanks to marktgAI and their insights. Hopefully we've unpacked not just the what, but also given you a sense of the how, and most importantly, got you thinking about where do we go from here.
It's a wild ride, this whole marketing world, and it's only going to get wilder, so buckle up.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI marketing. Until next time, happy marketing, everyone.